So we're going to hit refresh. And we may have to hit refresh a couple times before it pops up. It takes a second. And if you want to click.
Oh, do I gotta go content add? No, I am admin.
No, will you click up here under me and then go to, do you have CRW listed in here?
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
I'm on it.
Okay, click on it again.
Nice. That's it. Good.
Is it up? Hit refresh one more time. There she is.
Now where do I see the
So
questions?
go ahead and click on this.
Perfect, Brett. Awesome, looks great.
And there's gonna be comments that
Found
we're
it.
gonna start to feed in.
10:30.
10:30.
It's us. It's time.
So now wait a minute.
Trey's gonna.
When I start, when I'm introduced, I
You took the.
Conduct the drop test.
okay, got you.
Or do you wanna do it, Nathan?
That's fine.
Now, Scott? Morning, everyone. My name is Trey Chandler. I'm the CEO of CRW. What we do for the Corr-Ze product is we are the global distributors. We handle all the sales and marketing and the technical support. We have on our team, starting with Robert Richter, NACE number 194, Norman Pettigrew, NACE number 850, Marlon Lester, the CEO of Corrosion Innovations, is also NACE certified, and along with our Chief Technological Officer, sorry about that everybody, Jeremi Day. We're here today to conduct a live drop test. Because of some of the marketing campaigns of our competitors, we're going to clear the air today. I want to let everybody know out there that we have not changed our message since we came onto the marketplace. We are the only product in the marketplace that does not leave a film, and we're going to prove that today live. Our competitors put out videos. We do not, and thank you folks for watching this. At this point in time, I'd like to introduce Nathan Poche, the president of CRW. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Nathan Poche. I'm the president of CRW, and I'm here with Jeremi Day that's going to perform this live test right here on LinkedIn Live in front of everybody. And here we go. Jeremy?
All right, thank you, buddy. Okay, and we're ready for everyone's questions. If anyone has any questions, comments, questions about the products, what makes us different. So here's competitor one. Competitor two. And Corr-Ze 100. And we'll let these products speak for themselves at this point.
Jeremy, we have our first question coming in from our friends at Already.
All right, already.
Can leaving a film on the surface sacrifice the coating life?
Absolutely. There are some surfactants and some other chemicals in these products that will allow more detrimental items to move through the coating, pass through the coating, and onto the steel. And at that point, you end up with coating failures at the steel coating interface.
Thank you, Jeremy. We have a question coming in from Brazil now.
Okay, Brazil.
With the other competitors that you have lined out today, do both products have the same mix ratio?
No, sir. Thank you for the question. The competitors' products mix at 1 to 50. That's 1 gallon of their product to 50 gallons of water. Our product, CorrZe 100, mixes 1 gallon to 100 gallons of water. So it's basically you're using half of the product that you would normally.
Thank you, Jeremy. We have a lot of questions coming in from all over the world. We've got one coming in from Mexico right now.
All right.
Do you believe that all 3 products can provide a higher bond strength for protective coatings or paintings after applying it on the surface?
Absolutely. When you get a cleaner product, yeah, when you get a cleaner surface, that's me, everyone. If you know me, that's me. When you have a cleaner surface, you have more of an anchor for the coating to grab a hold of. So when the coating's applied on the surface, there's more of the coating touching the surface than if you had a film or if you had any kind of detrimental products or dust or anything else on the surface.
Okay, Jeremy, a follow-up question coming out of Scotland. Have you identified anything left on the surface from any of these products that could harm the coating process after applying?
Say again.
Yes, sir.
Foam.
Have you been able to identify anything left on the surface that could harm the coating process afterwards?
With our product, no. We've done some scanning electron microscopic analysis on some steel that's been prepped with our products, and we found that there's no sign of anything on the surface other than things that get embedded over time from blasting over and over, such as just residuals from the abrasives. But for the most part, there's nothing there other than steel and like I said, the natural embedment you get when you sandblast.
Okay, Jeremy, we got another question. This one's coming in from Vietnam. Have you seen any type of damage using the CorrZe product with certain types of equipment, especially with UHP and wet vapor blasting?
No, that's a great question, actually. Some of our competitors use amines that deposit over time, no matter what the mix ratio is, and our product, as you'll see when the drop test is complete, doesn't leave anything, even in the equipment.
Okay, Jeremy, bear with me 1 second here.
Yes, sir. This is what live events do. You get phones that
Jeremy,
go off.
We have a question coming in from Canada. When you've been on the job when you were a inspector, can you please describe to us what types of regulations CorrZe 100 falls under with SSPC?
Good question. So because CorrZe 100 is an alkaline cleaner, it's not a film former or rust inhibitor, it is categorized by definition. If you read the definition of SSPC SP1, it falls under the category of an alkaline cleaner. And it can be used as an alternative for pre-cleaning, but it does not contain any detergents because most detergents will leave a film on the surface, so we stayed away from detergents. So if you get heavy grease or something like that, we don't recommend using CorrZe 100 to pre-clean, but an alternative detergent would work better for that. But as far as pre-cleaning debris and dirt and old coatings and dust and things that have to be pre-cleaned under the SSPC blast standards, this does fall under the category of alkaline cleaners within SSPC SP1.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yes.
Another question coming in from the marketplace is recent hold-type marketing says they are not an inhibitor. Did their product change, and how is it different from CorrZe?
Good question. So our product has never been an inhibitor. I challenge everyone on the live event to go and look for yourself and look for marketing that's still on the internet. Look at definitions of what Hold Tight 102 used to be called. I'm not familiar with any of their chemical makeup or what they've changed as far as what they've changed in their chemical makeup that would constitute it not being a rust inhibitor, in my opinion. So I challenge everyone to look that up for yourself. You can find it for yourself because it's all over the place. We've never been called a rust inhibitor.
Okay, Jeremy, we've got a follow-up question to that one. How do you think that the CorrZe product line helps with the adhesion of the coating?
Because first of all, when you're using it, number one, you're cleaning while you're using it. The cleaner surface always breeds better adhesion. There are a couple of things that happen on the surface that are proprietary that increase chemical adhesion to the surface with the coatings. But just because of the nature of how it cleans and how it leaves the surface afterwards. So cleaner surface equals better adhesion, longer life. It also, because it's an alkaline cleaner, it also passivates the surface.
Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy, what other types of industries besides the oil and gas could you use CorrZe for?
Any industry where you have a corrosion issue, so that covers a wide industry, marine, oil and gas, refining, petrochemical, ground storage tanks, structural steel, ballast tanks, you name it. We've actually had huge successes with our line of products with reduction of soluble salts and heavy permeation situations.
Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy, where is CorrZe available right now?
Everywhere. We've got a huge distribution network. We're available anywhere in North America through one of many of our distributors. And we just opened another distributorship in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and we're branching out even further. We've got some distributorship in Scotland, Aberdeen, UK, so pretty much anywhere you go you can get the product.
Thank you, Jeremy. We've got one now that's going to go a little bit to the more technical side.
Let me get a drink of water then.
Yes, sir. The CorrZe 100 is an alkaline product. pH is 11.9. Do we have to have a neutral or passive surface to be coated after drying, or is it going to remain slightly alkaline?
No, we've actually tested this to the best of our abilities. You have a little bit of trouble finding standardized methods to test pH on steel surfaces. So what we've done is tried to recognize or see any kind of change in the pH of the steel on the surface through a couple of different methods of testing. It doesn't change the pH of the steel because you're putting the alkaline cleaner onto the steel. It actually puts the steel in the best conditions for it to naturally passivate.
Thank you, Jeremy. We've got some newcomers coming in with some questions. Some might be redundant. This question is coming in from Canada. Can leaving a film on the surface sacrifice the coating life? Absolutely.
Due to the fact that anything that interferes with the coating's ability to adhere to the surface by any of the modes of adhesion that we deal with coatings.
Thank you, Jeremy, for that question. This is coming in from another contractor. Contractor is asking us what type of labor can he save by using CorrZe 100?
Well, because of the huge possibilities that we have with the line of products that we offer with the CorrZe 100 and 200 process, typically you can reduce, if you plan the job accordingly, you can reduce duration quite tremendously because you don't have to plan around weather. Because because we do have another product that gets rid of flash rusting and brings the surface back to the original condition that it was after it was blasted. So lots of possibilities with that. With 100 specifically, you're going to use less product because we mix 1 to 100, and you're going to reduce wear and tear on your equipment because it doesn't leave the deposits inside the equipment.
Thank you, Jeremy, for that answer. Jeremy, we have another question coming in. Can you please describe the type of equipment that you do when you're testing that you're confident that CorrZe does not leave anything on the surface?
Scanning electron microscope.
And what type of contaminants are you looking for?
Anything other than steel or natural elements from the abrasive blasting process.
Oh, this is an interesting question coming in right now, Jeremy.
Great.
Somebody's actually worked with you in the field for quite a while, and they wanted to know, what did you see within CorrZe that made you decide to come over into a technical role instead of being in the field?
Actually, that's a great question, honestly. I actually went to a demonstration for this product, and while I was there, I saw the product and I met Trey. And honestly, it just felt like a good fit. I've always been in the field. I came up as a painter. I transitioned into inspection and quality management and every avenue of the business I could be involved in because I started when I was a kid, literally. Never thought I would be in the technical side for products, and never thought I would be dealing with products. But when I saw the process of the 200 and the 100 coupled with the newer technology that it involves and the things that it offers as solutions to the industry that I love and have been involved in since I was a kid, it was a no-brainer when they asked me to come on board. So there's the answer to that. I appreciate the question too.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeremy. We have another question coming in. Is it necessary to have an extra cleaning on the surface before starting the coating process?
Okay, so an extra cleaning on the surface. I'd like a better definition of that part of the question, but I can answer it this way if it helps. First of all, we all work off of specifications, and the specifications mandate what the cleaning shall be. And that is derived from research that they've done with their coating manufacturers who provide coatings for the projects. That's where all of the mandates come from for cleaning and surface preparation, and those are defined by the surface preparation standards that we deal with in the industry. Per the normal surface preparation standards that we see here in the U.S., the SSPC NACE joint standards, which are now the AMP joint or the AMP blast standards, those require pre-cleaning prior to abrasive blasting. Now, after abrasive blasting, it may not always be necessary, nor do we try to push the product as such. With 100, the solution that we provide after blasting is if the contractor doesn't have capabilities to apply the product during blasting with vapor blasting or UHP or wet abrasive blasting, then that contractor has an option to rinse the surface with the 100 to introduce that alkaline to the surface to clean better in some instances because sometimes we have dust.
Thank you, Jeremy. We have another question coming in. We're back to the mix ratios. Some of the competitors have to change their mix ratios when using it. Why does CorrZe have the ability to go to 1 to 100 every time?
That's part of why we're here today. We've never changed any of our mix ratios or marketing or what the product has been. Even when I look back prior to when I came on board, this product has always maintained what they are. as to the competitors, we're not here to bash any of our competitors. And everyone that may know me, you guys know I have friends on every side of all competitors in the industry, and we all work in the same industry, and we're all family as far as I'm concerned. As far as why competitors decided to shift marketing or mixing ratios, I couldn't speak to that because I'm not part of their technical team, nor would I attempt to, nor am I part of their marketing team. Nor do we try to capitalize or bash on them, but we do want to set the record straight about what we are, and that's what we're here for today.
Hey, Jeremy, we have a question coming from our good friend Aaron Williams over in Malaysia.
Thank you, Aaron.
Aaron says he understands that CorrZe 200 will give a wrestle result of 0. What reduction could we expect to see after washing down with CorrZe 100?
That depends on the level of permeation of the salt contamination. Because it's a washing technique that you're using with wet abrasive blasting and UHP, or even washing afterwards, you get that washing effect that helps release the soluble salts. They're water soluble, so that's where a lot of that comes into play. CorrZe 100 was never meant to be a salt reducer, but because of the washing and the alkaline cleaning that you get, it does reduce the salt levels quite tremendously. Now, in the aspect of the 200, because that product is an acidic type cleaner, it's capable of pulling out more of the salts that are on the surface if you're dealing with a level of permeation that's quite high. So that honestly all depends on the surface and how contaminated the surface is.
Jeremy, we have one last question before we wrap this up today.
Yeah, it looks like our panel's dry.
It does, it does. So
Totally
the last question
evaporated.
of the day is, does CorrZe work in all environments?
In all environments. Can we clarify that? Yeah, if let's say if it's raining, I wouldn't suggest maybe blasting in the rain, but if you lose a tremendous amount of surface area, CorrZe 200 can save that. There are many specs out there and owners that allow the abrasive blast companies to continue in inclement weather if they are vapor blasting and ultra high pressure water jetting. So that's really all up to the owner, but our products will work in those situations. So in all environments, I would say yeah.
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. It looks like we're going to wrap up the Q&A, and if you can just go ahead and explain what's happened on the surface of the substrate in front of you.
Yes, sir. Okay, so competitor one, it looks like to me there is something definitely there. It looks like some sort of a greasy film. Competitor 2 almost looks like it's trying to flash. And I think from experience, we've seen this product over time. It does cause a little flash rusting on the surface. I wish someone would ask me why, and I would try my best.
Well, Jeremy, I'll go ahead and ask you why.
Okay, well,
Why did that happen, sir?
Competitor 1 actually uses an amine that is not an evaporative amine. Competitor 2 has a sodium persulfate in the product, and those are listed on their data sheets. So that's why with ours, our product is completely evaporative. It leaves nothing on the surface, even in full concentrate. So what we worry about a lot in inspection is when a contractor doesn't mix properly. So if the mixture isn't proper, if there are things that go further than that, then you could definitely cause a problem. Ours is fail-proof.
Well, Jeremy, thank you.
Thank you, my
Very,
friend.
very impressive presentation. Guys, look up CorrZe online. Give us a call. We got distributors all over the world. Glad to have you.